So today, Jets wide receiver Mike Williams spoke with media after missing practice Wednesday and Thursday due to personal reasons. And of course, after the Jets game against the Buffalo Bills, Aaron Rodgers goes out publicly and calls out Mike Williams for running the wrong route, not being in the right spot on the final play, basically placing the blame onto Mike Williams. And so it's been a interesting time here for the Jets in the receiver room. Of course, Davante being traded to the Jets. And now Mike Williams is actually back at practice today, which is, of course, why he was able to speak with reporters. And I'm just going to share this clip here. He talks about Rodgers and a few different things. This is from the New York Jets, NewYorkJets.com. And let me just share this short clip here and listen to what Mike Williams had to say. If you guys want more Jets content, feel free to subscribe down below. Here we go.
For me, I came here for a reason. I'm here, so I'm excited for this weekend. Finish preparation tomorrow. Play Sunday night.
What led to you missing practice the last 2 days before today?
Just personal stuff. I'd rather not speak about, but yeah.
So Mike Williams doesn't go into reasons for why he skipped practice, but considering Rodgers calling him out and then the talk of him potentially being out in the trade block, things like that, I would assume that they are correlated, but of course we don't know for sure.
After the game on Monday night, Aaron talked about the last play, and you guys said you weren't on the red line and you cut in. It was a little more critical from a quarterback publicly than I've heard in my time doing this. Were you upset at all that he made that public?
No. I just got to be on the red line.
Do you feel like you guys are on the same page, you and Aaron? Or do you feel like that's still?
Oh well, it's still building day by day, practice by practice, game by game. But yeah, we definitely still building.
All right, so that's tough if you're in Mike Williams' position with Aaron Rodgers calling you out publicly. He can't really say much, I feel like, to those kind of questions. You sort of have to say, no, we're fine, we're doing okay. I don't know if that's the case necessarily. He is saying that he didn't have a problem with Rodgers calling him out. And the thing is with Aaron Rodgers, this isn't something new. He's always been pretty vocal about whatever he's thinking about, specifically about receivers. I remember back when he was in Green Bay, he called out the young receivers not really playing well in training camp, and I looked it up just to find the exact quote back from 2022. That's when Davante had left, and then you had Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, a lot of young receivers. They were making mistakes. And I found this article that popped up. It just sort of shows that this is what Rodgers has done for a while. He just is pretty honest about whatever's happening out in the field. This is from Ryan Wood. It says, Aaron Rodgers calls out Green Bay Packers young wide receivers for repeated mistakes. And then here we have the quote back from 2022. The young guys, especially the young receivers, Rodgers said, we've got to be way more consistent. A lot of drops, a lot of bad route decisions, running the wrong route. So we've got to get better in that area. But I would assume, when you call out one guy publicly when the game ends, you don't really see many quarterbacks do that. If they have, it's gone under the radar more than Aaron Rodgers. And of course, in a big moment like that, of course, it's going to be talked about the most. And I would say most quarterbacks tend to keep those kind of things private. Rodgers himself likes to be a little bit more public with things like that. Now let's listen to the final part here.
How do you feel physically, Mike? You dealt with a legitimate injury that you're still coming back from, missed some time at training camp. Do you feel like yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
How do you feel about this group of wide receivers in general now that Davante's in there and the potential you guys have?
Oh, it's elite. Probably one of the best rooms in the league. Excited to learn from Tay and everything he's been through in this league, and the receiver that he's probably been top 2, top 3 in this league for a while. So excited to learn from him and pick his brain on some things.
Did you and Aaron have to talk after Monday night at all about that last play and what he said after the game?
Yeah. But we all watch film, we all go through it and make the corrections. So yeah, play football.
Did he reach out to you? Was it one of those things where he talked to you personally one-on-one?
Yeah.
All right, so that's the end there of that video from the Jets in their website. So he says they did talk to each other, things like that. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him going forward. Will he be traded? Because it did come out from Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic. It said, quote, the New Orleans Saints, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Los Angeles Chargers have already called the Jets about a trade for Williams, according to league sources. And now with Davante there, Allen Lazard, Garrett Wilson, It seems like Williams is probably the fourth guy on the list, and that's a lot of money to be paying for your fourth guy. And, some wide receiver needy teams are probably looking over there saying, okay, with Devontae going over there, with whatever is going on with Rodgers, that kind of stuff, Williams seems to be a target that people may want to, go for in a trade. And so far this year, Mike Williams, after coming back from ACL tear, just hasn't been productive with the Jets. 10 receptions, 145 yards. And it did come out from Jeff Ulbrich that he will be playing. I would just assume that he's not going to get a lot of looks considering, there's a lot of guys ahead of him now. And it seems to me like he'll get traded eventually. Who knows if it actually will happen. But if you guys want more Jets content, make sure you subscribe down below. You can follow me on Twitter at LukeBeller3. And I'll see you guys next time.